welcome to this video on the Pony Podcast YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over what's in my first aid kit. I thought it'd be really useful to see what I've got and what I use. We've got some podcasts on first aid and we've got some interviews with some vets, so if you want to go find out more about what you can use it all for, go and check it out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we've also got a good video on taking their temperature, pulse and respiration rates. So if you want to find out how to do that, go and head over to our channel and it'll be really easy to find. So I keep all my first aid supplies in this old grooming kit because I want to be able to take them with me to shows. So it just means that it's really easy to pick up and put in the lorry when I need to go. I don't have to rummage around for it. So I haven't actually checked this for a while, so I don't really know. So first thing, I've got a big square of gamgee. This is padding that goes between bandages and the horse's leg, and it just helps to even out the pressure so they don't get any tight bits in the bandage. So I've got some in here so that if I need to put a bandage on, I know where to find some. I've got a stethoscope, just a normal stethoscope. It's really useful for checking the horse's heart rate. I used to have it because I did endurance, but it's also handy to have because when you finish cross country in 3-day, you've got a 10-minute box. So it's good to see how your horse's heart rate is going and how your horse is recovering. Let's put that in here. What have I got here? I've got a big roll of gamgee. This you'd cut it up into different sections to use, and this would be more if you've got a dressing to hold in place, because it forms more to the horse's leg than the other stuff that can be a bit rigid. So I've got a big roll here in case I ever need some. It's also really padded, it's sort of cotton wool in between gauze. It's really nice and comfy for them. What else have I got? I've got a thermometer. Oh, turned it on, it's a digital one. You've got a video you can go and check out on vital signs that we did, so you can go back and have a look at that, and that tells you how to check your horse's temperature, pulse and respiration rates and what they should be. What else have I got? I've got cotton wool, used for cleaning out any wounds. Cotton wool's not ideal because little bits of it can get stuck in the wound. So if you can get gauze pads, that's better. Or like the little cotton wool pads that you get that you use for removing makeup, they're pretty good too. I've just got this because I'm using it up. Had it for a while. I've got things for doing poultices in here. So I've got some animal insects. I've got some vet wrap. Lots of different colours, and I've got some duct tape. We're going to do a video on how to put poultices on, but to make one you want to put these, and they're used for drawing out fluid from wounds, usually in the foot. If you've got a bit of infection or you've got a puncture wound, that's what you'd use them for. Your vet wrap is self-adhesive, so it sticks to itself and it's stretchy, so you can just put that on and it sticks to itself and it will hold a dressing on. Animal insect is the dressing you're going to use for the poultice, so it's got the properties that when it's wet it will draw any fluid out. You've got a shiny side and a non-shiny side, and it's the non-shiny side you put against the wound. And then I always have some duct tape because when the horse is walking around on the poultice, if it's on its foot, it can wear out the vet wrap, so you just put some duct tape on to cover the edges over and just make it a bit more secure. What else have we got in here? I've got some Hibby scrub. This is an antiseptic solution. Hibby scrub's not the only thing you can use for cleaning out wounds. If you've just got some salt and some water, make some saline solution, that's great too. If you do use Hibby scrub, you want to make a really, really dilute solution. So it's quite bright pink. Show you. And pink. So when you put it in the water to dilute it, it shouldn't change the colour. That's how little you need to use. Because if you use any more, then it can really sting the horse. You know what it's like if you're trying to clean out a wound, it can hurt. What else have I got in here? I've got some non-stick dressings, so if your horse has got a cut on its body, you can use these just to put over the top, a bit like a plaster. They're fairly inexpensive. You can get Melon ones from a pharmacy for humans. You can use them as well. It's quite easy to get. I've got some Vetricin, same as Hypercare, just an antiseptic spray. So spray on if they've got a wound, stop it from getting infected and help to clean it out. I've got a glove. So they're useful to have if you're dealing with anything really, like if there's a lot of blood or there's something stuck in it, or you just want to have a barrier between you and whatever you're dealing with. So having one in there is handy. I've also got one in here for putting grease on for cross country. I've got some more tape. You can never have too much tape in your vet kit. And then I've got some soft band. So this is like a cotton wool bandage, and this is great because if you aren't sure about putting on vet wrap or a stable bandage and you're worried about it getting too tight, this you can't get too tight because it just breaks apart. And this is really good for holding on dressings because you can wrap it around the leg and it protects it and cushions it, but you know you're not going to cause any more damage by getting it too tight. I've also got an old human bandage, so these are really handy too because you've got a really good pad. So if you've got a small cut that needs protection, you can just put that on and then wrap it round, and you can't really do it too tight. In human first aid kits, these have got a shelf life, so they have to replace them every so often, and then you can take them and you can use them on your horse because horses don't need to have as medical grade equipment as people do, so you can repurpose them and your horse gets to benefit. And then last thing I've got in here is the horse's passport. I always keep it with my vet kit because then if the vet needs to look at it for vaccinations or to treat my horse, or if I'm going to a show and I take the kit with me, I know I've always got it. I never have to worry about where it is. So yeah, that's my vet kit. I would also get some scissors. They're in my grooming kit, but you need them for cutting your animal intakes or cutting your gamgee. So that's where that lives. And yeah, now I've got to try and put it all back in. If you guys, like I said at the beginning, check out our podcasts. We've got them on first aid and also different ailments like colic and laminitis, if you want to know how to treat them and what to look out for. And we've got videos on bandaging, so if you want to know how to do good bandages that will be the right tension, then you can go and check them out. Thank you for watching.